I'm so glad that you're here with me today to see a little bit about my routine when I am on my period. Obviously, depending if I'm at the beginning or the end, my routine varies a little bit, but I'm excited to have you here. My favorite way to wake up when I'm on my period is to have my kids be able to wake me up. That means I got a little bit of extra sleep in the morning and they were the first ones up. I know how important it is to have a good night's sleep when I'm on my period, so I try to rearrange my schedule so that I don't have to get up quite as early on the days when I'm on my period. My 2-year-old loves to come into our room and snuggle with us, and I am not going to say no to that. He's always really eager to get up and moving and get to his snacks, which is totally fine by me. After I get my clothes on, well, at least warmer pajamas on, we head to the kitchen. I try not to forget about my glass of water. I keep a glass on my dresser so that I can drink at least a half a glass of water before getting going with my day. As we head to the kitchen, there are a few things that we find on our regular list for, I'm going to call this our snack in the morning because we actually have a bigger breakfast usually a little bit later. But RX bars are a great thing that are quick and easy. I know there's not a lot of crap in them, and typically this is something that we like to start our day with. In the morning, I try to talk my kids into some kind of a fruit, like berries, oranges, or bananas, just so I know that they get some of those good vitamins and nutrients right away in the morning. Oh, it looks like our 1-year-old is up. He is always full of smiles in the morning. And we start our day the same exact way by eating. I am still breastfeeding him, so that makes his breakfast really easy to get together in the morning. This is also a good time that I like to use to eat my bar. Sometimes I don't have time to eat it before one or both kids are awake, so I usually bring my bar into the nursery with me and I eat it. As he's getting older, it's been harder and harder to get him to keep his little hands off of my breakfast and to stay focused on his breakfast. Now it's time to start getting everyone dressed and ready for the day, and you might be wondering, have I done anything actually related to my period yet? Typically, no. Right now, I'm wearing a menstrual cup, and so I know that that's safe to wear for 12 hours, so I don't have to worry about rushing to the bathroom and changing a tampon or a pad. I can just leave the cup in until everybody is dressed and kind of occupied for the day, and then I can take care of that part of my day. Wrangling babies and changing diapers and dressing them is so challenging. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure I wash my hands with soap and water before I actually go to the bathroom because I am going to be inserting my fingers into my vagina and I want them to be clean. I use this stool as a little bit of a trick to get my menstrual cup in and out. You can see that it puts my legs in a position that it's just a little bit easier access. I want to make sure when I take the cup out that I wash it in just warm water. If I'm going to be putting it right back in, just warm water is fine. Or once a day, I do like to put a little bit of mild, gentle soap on it. Here I'm just using a Norwex soap. There's no fragrance, no parabens, no phthalates, all that kind of stuff. Something that I know is going to be safe to be inserted into my body. I want to go ahead and show you a couple of different ways you can fold the cup to insert it here. You can push one side down and into the cup and then bring the two edges together. This is called a diamond fold. I think this is the easier way to get the menstrual cup inserted. Or you can do what they call a C fold, and this is where you press one side against the other and then bring the two edges together. So it looks a little bit like a U or a C. This is just a little bit harder to insert. My hack for you today is to use braids. Now, I'm not one to wear braids out and about a whole lot, but it is really nice to use braids before my workout so my hair's out of my way, and then I'll show you later what it looks like when I take my braids out, and it eliminates the need to curl or straighten my hair if I don't want to wear my hair in another mom bun. My workouts on my period look a little bit different depending on which day of my period we're on and how I'm feeling. Now, there is some information out there that says you should do a lot of gentle movement during your period and letting your body really rest and recover during your menses. But for me, it really depends on how I feel. Sometimes I really want to work hard and sweat even when I'm on my period. Some days I want movement to be a lot more gentle. That's when you'll see me doing something like this yoga that I'm doing here in this video. This workout is actually by the Bloom Method. It's a membership that I just signed up for. I'm hoping to put out a video to tell you more about how that all went, but I really did like the yoga sequence that they offered. By the way, we are all about community here on this channel, so please subscribe if you want to join the other moms in our community. I don't think there's a one size fits all when it comes to exercise. You really have to listen to your body and figure out what your body is up for today. There's no shame in working out hard or just taking it easy while you're on your period. Now it's time for me to make my full breakfast. This is usually around 9 o'clock, 9:30, depends when I got my workout in. I really like to use frozen fruit in my smoothies so I don't have to use ice. And I also like to include vegetables like kale or spinach. I'm not a person that really loves vegetables. I eat them because they're good for me, but if there's a way that I can mix them into something and not have them taste really strong, I love to do this. I actually was just able to reintroduce dairy into my diet a couple months ago. I ended up cutting out dairy while I was breastfeeding because it seemed to really be messing with how my little boy was feeling and his temperament, and we noticed a huge difference when I cut out dairy. So I went about the first 9 months of his life without eating any dairy. I also talked to a hormone coach recently about different things that you can eat during your period for optimal healing during your period, and she really recommended smoothies because they're easy for your body to digest. So this is something that I like to add into my morning routine. Even though the kale and spinach makes your smoothie a green color, it honestly doesn't change the taste at all when you have a lot of things that add strong flavor like bananas or frozen blueberries, as you can see that I put in my smoothie today. If the kids are home or my husband, they usually like to join in on the smoothies, so I typically make a couple of different smoothies with my bullet, adding in what everyone likes into theirs. Free-range eggs are so great to add into your diet. There are so many good things about eggs, especially when you're on your period. We made scrambled eggs today. This is how my hair turned out. Sorry, I showed how I did it, but I didn't actually have the camera on, so I can't share that, but it's kind of a fun way to have your hair look a little bit nice and very low effort. Typically when I'm on my first day or two of my period, I have a lot of discomfort in my lower legs. For some reason, after having my second baby, I'm just noticing a lot of weird kind of numb, tingly sensations down my legs after I stand and make dinner, especially if I have to hold my 1-year-old a lot. So this position, this stretch here that I'm showing you, is a great way to unload your pelvic floor, let your uterus and your bladder just kind of go back up where they're supposed to be. There's no gravity acting on it. It's a great position of relief. You can kind of play around with the position of your legs if you like them up the wall or you like them in more of a bent open position. This is an amazing way to spend a few minutes at the end of the day to find a lot of relief, especially if you are experiencing pain, discomfort, heaviness in your pelvic floor during your period. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you are interested in learning more about how exactly your body works, check out this video about tracking your monthly cycle.